All over the planet, ecosystems are threatened. From forests and drylands to farmlands and lakes, natural spaces on which humanity's existence depends are reaching a serious tipping point. According to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification, up to 40% of the planet's land is degraded, directly affecting half of the global population. The number and duration of drought has increased by 29% since 2000. Without urgent action, droughts may affect three-quarters of the global population by 2050. Land restoration is a key pillar of the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration for 2021 to 2030, a rallying call for the protection and revival of ecosystems all around the world, which is critical to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. This is why World Environment Day 2024 focuses on land restoration, halting desertification, and building drought resilience under the slogan, Our Land, Our Future. We are Generation Restoration. We cannot turn back time, but we can grow forests, revive water sources, and bring back soils. We are the generation that can make peace with land. 2024 will mark the 30th anniversary of the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. The 16th session of the Conference of the Parties COP16 to the United Nations Conventions to Combat Desertification UNCCD will be held in the Saudi capital Riyadh from 2nd to 13th of December 2024. What is World Environment Day? Led by the United Nations Environment Programme UNEP and held annually on June 5th since 1973, World Environment Day is the largest global platform for environmental public outreach and is celebrated by millions of people across the world. In 2024, it is hosted by Saudi Arabia. Time is running out and nature is in emergency mode. To keep global warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius this century, we must have annual greenhouse gas emissions reduced by half by 2030. Without action, exposure to air pollution beyond safe guidelines will increase by 50% within the decade, and plastic waste flowing into aquatic ecosystems will nearly triple by 2040. We need urgent action to address these pressing issues. As climate records are shattered and emission continues to rise, the UN Secretary General will set out some hard-hitting truths about the state of the climate, the grotesque risks leaders are taking, and what companies and countries, particularly the G7 and the G20, need to do over the next 18 months to salvage humanity's chances of a livable future. Every 5 seconds, the equivalent of one football pitch of soil is eroded, yet it takes 1,000 years to generate 3 centimeters of topsoil. Trees in urban areas can cool the air by up to 5 degrees Celsius, reducing air condition needs by 25%. Lakes, rivers, and wetlands hold 20 to 30% of the global carbon despite occupying only 5 to 8% of the land surfaces. Hence, it is all important for us to join the Generation Restoration movement through the official declaration of the World Environment Day 2024. It is very important that we understand that the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration focuses on 8 major types of ecosystem that we have dangerously degraded. Each one can be restored by reducing the pressure they face and with the ground action to speed their recovery. Thus, it is important that we all get together to protect the planet. The Birla Industrial and Technological Museum, a unit of the National Council of Science Museum, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, celebrated the World Environment Day on June 5, 2024, with the central theme of land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience in their Gurushodaya Road campus in South Kolkata. The program started at 10:30 by the distribution of sapling to student participants in the World Environment Day program organized by BITM, and the sapling distribution was supported by an NGO called Malancho. The director of BITM, in association with other dignitaries present on this platform, distributed saplings to the students with the message that it is important to plant and protect trees to make the planet green. The huge desertification that has been arising across the planet due to loss of plantation, loss of trees, vegetation, and forest is an important message for all of us to understand that this needs to be taken care of. A popular science lecture on the biodiversity loss and climate change, The Story of Interdependence, was delivered by Saikot Kumar Basu, and he highlighted mostly on the interaction of climate change, the natural and the anthropogenic factors associated with climate change challenges, and how around the world it has been impacting the destruction and erosion of biodiversity. He highlighted country-wise on specific species of birds, mammals, reptiles, amphibian fishes, and marine and freshwater invertebrates, and various other species, flowering plants, exotic and endemic flora, how they are interfering with the environment and how slowly they are being pushed towards the verge of extinction. He appealed to the conscience of the general mass and appealed to the student participants and teachers to think about how to contribute towards working together on a common platform to keep the planet green and work towards in the protection of biodiversity. An outstanding terrarium workshop, Biosphere in a Bottle, was also organized by the World Environment Day program of BITM and was grandly participated by a large number of participants, where they learned how to create a small ecosystem within a glass environment. An open house quiz, Our Environment, that mainly focused on identification of many rich flora and fauna of India through pictorial as well as through description of species, was participated, and it was greatly participated by the students who were all honored, and prizes were given in the form of seed ball distribution by another dedicated NGO, the Mother Earth Foundation. The goal was that these seed balls that are being provided to the students who are taking part in the nature quiz will take the initiative in not only planting trees that was provided to them, but will also take the care of germinating the seeds of different tree species provided to them and help them grow into seedlings and to adulthood, taking and shaping responsibility in protecting our planet to the best of our ability. An excellent film called Nona Ganger Upakhan, or The Song of the Hungry Tides, an outstanding award-winning documentary by Shri Obhijit Chakraborty, who is the researcher, screenplayer, and who provided the voiceover production and direction of these documentary, was also screened on the auditorium of the Birla Industrial and Technological Museum. The main theme and description of this event highlighted upon how to celebrate, how to understand the various segments and elements of Earth and the challenges and issues faced by the planet, and how the students could organize, work together, join hands in protecting the planet from the severing damages of climate change and various other regional, local, and global issues impacting the planet. It was an outstanding success program organized by the BITM, and Kalinga Chronicle TV congratulates BITM for taking such an initiative in celebrating World Environment Day and helping and integrating with our society.